Black waitress answers, "A call in Chinese in front of a millionaire." Beginning. The city of Neo Sanctum never really slept. It was a metropolis of glowing spires and floating cars, where digital billboards stretched higher than clouds, and the rich lived above the smog on levitating platforms. Down below on the surface streets, life was harder. That's where Naomi Brooks lived. 27 years old, black, and working double shifts as a waitress at a futuristic diner called Starlight Eats. The diner was one of those nostalgic throwbacks designed to look like a 1950s American eatery, but with neon holograms and drones delivering food trays to tables. Naomi had been working there for 3 years. Most customers never looked at her twice. Just another uniform, another smiling face taking orders. But Naomi wasn't just another waitress. She had secrets. By night, in her cramped one-room apartment, Naomi studied languages. She wasn't content with just English. She taught herself Mandarin, Chinese, Russian, and even fragments of old alien dialects leaked onto the dark web after Earth's first encounters with extraterrestrials. She had a memory like a recording chip, and her ear caught nuances others missed. Naomi didn't know why she felt compelled to learn them all. It was just a hunger inside her, something she couldn't ignore. One night, her life changed forever. A slow Tuesday evening at the diner. The booths were mostly empty, except for a few late-night workers grabbing synthetic coffee before heading home. Then the door chimed, and he walked in. Everyone in Neo Sanctum knew him. Victor Sterling, the billionaire technocrat. He owned entire blocks of the floating city above. Rumors said he had his hands in everything. Energy, robotics, interstellar mining contracts. He was tall, sharp-suited, and carried the aura of someone who bent the world to his will. Naomi froze. She'd never seen someone like him up close. The other waiters whispered nervously, shoving each other to take his order. But he slid into her section, directly into her booth. "Coffee. Black. No sugar," he said, not even glancing up. His voice was smooth, but it carried command. Naomi nodded, brought the coffee, and set it down without a word. That's when her comm device buzzed on her wrist. It wasn't unusual. She had a prepaid cheap model. But when she glanced down, her heart nearly stopped. The caller ID was written in Chinese characters. She answered without thinking. "Hello? Yes, I'm at work." "What? Impossible." Her words flowed in fluent Mandarin. The diner went silent. A spoon clattered against a plate. The other waiters stared. And Victor Sterling slowly looked up at her for the first time. His cold gray eyes locked onto hers. "You speak Mandarin?" he asked quietly. Naomi's throat went dry. She hadn't meant for anyone to hear, especially not him. "Yes," she admitted softly. That single moment set everything in motion. Middle. Victor Sterling returned the next night, and the night after that, always sitting in Naomi's section, always ordering the same black coffee. But now he asked questions. "How long have you spoken Mandarin? What other languages do you know? Where did you learn them?" Naomi answered cautiously, never giving too much. She didn't want him to think she was showing off. She just loved learning. One evening, Victor slid a sleek metallic card across the table. "Come work for me." Naomi blinked. "Work for you? My corporation runs off-world projects. We need interpreters. People who can understand alien dialects. People like you." Naomi shook her head. "I'm just a waitress. I don't belong in your world." Victor's gaze sharpened. "You belonged in my world the moment you answered that call in Mandarin." She refused, at least at first, but curiosity gnawed at her. The next week, Naomi followed the directions on his card. She found herself in a skyscraper that pierced the clouds. Inside, Victor's private research division buzzed with scientist holograms and alien artifacts locked behind shimmering glass. Victor led her into a chamber where a strange orb pulsed with blue light. "This," he said, "is not from Earth. We recovered it from the wreckage of a fallen vessel outside Jupiter's orbit. None of our translators can decode the language embedded in its matrix. But maybe you can. Naomi stepped closer. Strange glyphs rippled across the orb's surface, symbols that seemed to shift, almost alive. She couldn't explain why, but they made sense to her, like fragments of a half-remembered dream. She whispered the sounds out loud. The orb glowed brighter. The scientist gasped. Victor's lips curved into a rare smile. "You're the key," he said. "Do you understand now why I want you?" Naomi should have walked away, but she didn't. Over the following months, Naomi lived two lives. By day, she still worked shifts at Starlight Eats. By night, she slipped into Victor's tower, decoding alien signals and activating ancient technology. She learned that Earth wasn't as alone as people thought. Out in the far reaches, empires of alien species watched humanity with curiosity and caution. The orb was a beacon, something left behind as a test. Naomi's gift wasn't just talent. It was connection. She wasn't merely learning languages. She was resonating with them, unlocking meaning where machines failed. And Victor? He wasn't just curious about her skills. He was obsessed. "Naomi," he said one night, staring at her across the lab, "you could bridge two civilizations. Do you understand what that means? With you, we can negotiate trade, treaties, power beyond imagination." But Naomi saw the hunger in his eyes. He didn't want peace. He wanted control. One night, the orb flared and projected a map of stars. A voice, melodic and alien, filled the chamber. Naomi translated aloud. "The chosen one will answer the call, not of conquest, but of unity." Victor tightened his grip on her wrist. "That's you. You're the chosen one." Naomi wasn't sure anymore. Climax. Weeks later, the sky tore open. A vast alien ship descended over Neo Sanctum, blotting out the moon. Panic erupted across the city. Sirens wailed. The government scrambled fighter drones, but their weapons bounced harmlessly off the vessel's shields. Inside Victor's tower, Naomi stood before the glowing orb. It pulsed in rhythm with the alien ship. She could feel it calling to her. Victor shoved the headset into her hands. "Talk to them. Tell them we're ready to negotiate. Tell them we have resources, technology, whatever they want, but make sure we're in charge." Naomi shook her head. "That's not what they want. This isn't about power." Victor's voice hardened. "Do as I say, Naomi." She ignored him. Her hands trembled as she activated the link. The alien voice filled her mind again. This time, she didn't just translate. She understood. "We seek harmony. A voice that can weave worlds together. Speak, child of Earth." Naomi took a deep breath. She answered not in English, not in Mandarin, but in the alien tongue itself. Words rolled off her tongue like music. The ship paused in the sky, its weapons powered down. Victor's face twisted in rage. "What are you doing? You're giving away our advantage." Naomi turned to him, her eyes glowing faintly from the orb's light. "No, Victor, I'm giving humanity a chance." The aliens responded, projecting an image of Earth connected to other star systems. A future of shared knowledge, not domination. But Victor wouldn't allow it. He lunged at the orb, trying to seize it. "You belong to me, Naomi. Your gift is mine." Naomi acted on instinct. She spoke a single alien command. The orb flared, releasing a wave of energy that hurled Victor backward. When the light faded, he lay unconscious. Naomi stood alone, trembling, but she had chosen her path. Ending. The alien ship slowly ascended, leaving the city untouched. A message rang out across every comm channel. "The bridge has spoken. Humanity is welcomed among the stars." Naomi collapsed to her knees, tears streaming down her face. She was just a waitress, a girl who loved languages. Yet she had changed the fate of the world. In the weeks that followed, everything shifted. Governments hailed her as an ambassador. Scientists begged for her guidance. For the first time in her life, Naomi wasn't invisible. And yet, she still returned to Starlight Eats sometimes, tying on her apron, pouring coffee for regulars. She didn't do it for money anymore. She did it to remind herself who she was, where she came from, because once in the middle of an ordinary shift, she had answered a call in Chinese, and a billionaire's world had collided with hers. But in the end, it wasn't Victor Sterling's power that shaped the future. It was Naomi Brooks, the black waitress who spoke the language of the stars.